Hello and welcome to Medill Sports Draft coverage on this Friday morning. I'm your host and moderator, Jennifer Lee, and I'm joined by Suriel and Brent Schwartz.
What's up?
Last night was the first round of the draft, and we've got a lot to get into today, including the Texans selecting Deshaun Watson, what the Browns did with 3 first-round picks, and predictions for the remaining rounds. But first, we have to talk about the Bears. I mean, giving up their 3rd and 4th round picks in addition to a 3rd round pick for 2018 just to move up 1 spot for Mitchell Trubisky. I mean, Brent, what do you think? Good move?
Jen, I got to tell you, I think this is a panic move by the Chicago Bears. They move up 1 spot. They end up trading away 4 picks, 3rd round pick and a 4th round pick this year, 3rd round pick next year to the Niners. And all they do is move back 1 spot. The Niners weren't even looking at Trubisky at this point. So they moved back, traded all these picks when they could have got him at 3. Not to mention, I'm not in love with this pick. The Bears are a team that have a lot of holes at this point. I talked to ESPN NFL insider Scott Kazmar last month. He goes, Chicago is one of the more anonymous rosters in the league. They're a few seasons away from contending, which they are. So many other good players on the board, like Jamal Adams, Solomon Thomas. Don't love this move. Alan, what about you?
Brent, I don't know what other way to put it, but John Lynch should be thrown into jail. Highway robbery. Throw away the key, honestly. He got 4 picks. 4. For Mitch Trubisky. And that's what he really got him for, because they had the 2nd pick. For a player who only played 13 games in his college career.
Not a great move.
How do you...
Not a great move.
How do you do
Not
it?
a great move.
How do you do it? How do the Bears do that? Look me in the eyes. How do they do that?
All right, well, meanwhile, the Browns didn't take a quarterback with any of their first-round picks. And so, Alan, what do you think about that?
I was a big fan of the Browns pick, to be honest. Their picks, to be honest with you. They didn't panic on taking a quarterback that they didn't think was a franchise quarterback. If they're not going to take him with that first pick, don't take him at all. They've panicked in years past when they took Brady Quinn right after they took Joe Thomas. They took Brandon Weeden 1 year, which was an awful move. And they took Johnny Manziel, which we all know what happened there. Honestly, they got a high upside player in Myles Garrett at number 1. They got Jabril Peppers at number 25 here, which he does have a lot of versatility. He can play multiple positions, and yeah, they got a tight end from Miami who has a lot of size and can be a good target for whatever quarterback they decide to bring in. So I think it's a great move. Brent?
I'm gonna agree with you with the first pick. You know, they did better than the Bears because they didn't select Mitch Trubisky. So getting Myles Garrett was the right move. He's the best player in the whole draft. Jabril Peppers, a little different story. I think he's a great player. He's versatile. But I think he could have been better in a better fit in a defense that's a little bit more developed, a Seattle, an Atlanta Falcons, a New England Patriots possibly. So not as high on that. Now what do the Browns do next year is how I'm thinking. They have 2 first-round picks, 3 second-round picks next year. Do they throw all those at Garoppolo? Do they look at DeShone Kizer later tonight? I'm not sure, but I think they definitely need a quarterback. So I'm not as high on it as you were, but 3 first-round picks, you know.
All right, guys, well, we got to stop for a commercial, but when we come back, Deshaun Watson, Reuben Foster, and we'll give you last night's biggest winners and losers. Welcome back. Alan, Brent, let's get back to it. Last night, the Texans traded up to take Deshaun Watson. He's the Clemson quarterback who finished his college career with a starting record of 32-3. Brent, how big of a get was this for Houston?
Jen, this was a huge get. Much better than the Bears pick at number 2. Deshaun Watson is a winner. Deshaun Watson is a winning quarterback who won a national championship, beating the best powerhouse college team in the nation, Alabama, after losing the year before. That shows mental toughness. The Texans are a good team. They're not the Cleveland Browns. They traded up to get him. They have a defense around him. They have weapons. They have DeAndre Hopkins. They have Bill O'Brien, a Belichick coach who was the Patriots offensive coordinator a couple years ago. I think Watson can take this team, especially in a bad AFC South, maybe to even a playoff win. I think this is the best quarterback pick of the draft over the 2 picked ahead of him. Alan, do you agree?
It's tough to agree with you there. Maybe it's for me the Texans with now Deshaun Watson being their quarterback, and if he is their starting quarterback, it's going to be kind of tough for them to get the ball rolling. It's a rookie quarterback. He's going to have to adjust to a hard playbook that Bill O'Brien has. So it's pretty tough to tell right now. I don't think it was a great pick. They kind of gave up a lot to get up to the 12th pick to pick that. So for me, it's not.
Well, what about the AFC? Well, the AFC South. Let's be honest. It's a garbage division.
Well,
it's garbage. This team made the playoffs with Brock Osweiler last year. Now they throw in a quarterback with some intangibles, not the best prototype, but they can win.
But we're talking about a defense that's pretty inconsistent in Jadeveon Clowney, J.J. Watt. Who knows what's going to happen with that back?
Right, he's injured.
So nothing's a sure thing. When you really look at it, the Titans are better. They have a solid quarterback. The Colts have gotten better. They got Malik Hooker in the middle of the draft. Then they have Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck is by far the best quarterback
in the division. I agree with you right
yes,
there. I think Watson. I mean, there's no qualms about it. Watson's going to be below Luck and Mariota, but I think that the Texans are well suited as a team. Titans are getting better, but Texans as a team, when you put in a quarterback with a winning pedigree, they won the division last year. Well, they're going to win it again with Watson.
I don't think so.
All right. Well, speaking of teams, which teams were the biggest and losers last night?
The winners and losers. I'm going to go winner the Niners. We talked about it a little bit earlier. General manager John Lynch, a rookie. Most people are kind of questioning, how's Lynch going to fare? He finessed the Chicago Bears. He took 4 picks so the Bears could move up 1 to pick a player they didn't even want. And he ends up getting Solomon Thomas. He gets Reuben Foster, who fell in the first round for undisclosed reasons. Niners are my big winner. 2 great first-round picks, gain picks for later today and for next year. What about you?
I'm going to one-up you on that one. I'm going to say the Browns did.
The Browns.
They got the physical freak in Myles Garrett. They got Jabril Peppers who can play all over the field. They got a tight end who's big, who's fast, who can catch the ball. Honestly, and they went by the book this year. They didn't listen to everyone else. They need a quarterback. They need a quarterback. They need a quarterback. They didn't take that quarterback. They can wait. They can look who's there as a free agent, and maybe in this 2nd, 3rd, 4th round, they can see if Deshaun Kaiser's there, Josh Dobbs, who's I think is a big sleeper. So I think the Browns are the team.
They got Brock Osweiler. What are you talking about? They're going to be fine next year.
Brock Osweiler's the guy.
Be fine.
You know Brock Osweiler's not the guy.
No, they needed a quarterback.
You literally said in the previous thing that the Texans.
I know he's not the guy. I was being sarcastic. This is why they're not my winner. They needed a quarterback. They did great, and the fact that they didn't get Trubisky, fine. But they need a quarterback.
Yeah, but they need a franchise-type quarterback.
They need Jimmy Garoppolo.
A guy who started 2 games?
Before we get started on Jimmy Garoppolo, guys, how about losers?
I got my loser if you want me to go.
Go with yours.
I'm going with the team that did the right thing as far as looking for other quarterbacks because Alex Smith is kind of holding them down. I'm talking about the Kansas City Chiefs. They go up for Pat Mahomes. This guy was supposed to be 2nd, 3rd round selection. I like his confidence. Some people say he's too cocky. He said some statements. I like his confidence. He's a gunslinger, but not sure he's going to fit into that system with the team that really needs to win right now. I think he's more of a project. Didn't like the move. They moved up 17 spots. I think, not that staying with Alex Smith is the best, but not loving Mahomes. I think that was a little bit of a reach, like the Bears, which everyone could say was a loser, I would think.
For me, it's the Panthers. For me,
Christian McCaffrey?
Christian McCaffrey, yes.
Oh.
What was their biggest issue? It was their offensive line.
They have offensive line issues. Show what you want to. He's a running back that can kind of escape some of those holes. Come on. Cam Robinson's still available. They have a 2nd round pick. They can get other people. McCaffrey is a one-of-a-kind talent.
Christian McCaffrey's a one-of-a-kind talent. You find about 8 of those on the Patriots. What are you saying?
Not that great. Not this good. Not this good with that quickness.
Come on, man. He's too small. For
me,
he's a little bit too small.
He's going to be good.
He can't protect Cam Newton.
As far as winners go, you got to give my Jets some love. All right, Jamal Adams with the 6th pick. I mean, that was a steal. Absolutely a steal. Which brings us.
I agree.
I don't.
Okay, well.
You know me. Come on.
Arguing with everything.
They have holes everywhere. They have holes all over the field.
Right.
And that brings us to our next topic. Who is the biggest sleeper pick from last night? When we come back. clearly there wasn't a whole lot of agreement on winners and losers. But guys, what was the biggest sleeper pick from last night?
Easily Tech McKinley. Falcons pick, 26 overall, high motor, great player, great attitude, fits in perfectly with the Falcons. Brent, it's a young defense already. Dan Quinn knows how to get to these guys, and they know how to play a unified defense. They already have Vic Beasley, they have Sean Witherspoon, they have Ricardo Allen, all these great guys. McKinley's just perfect, and he just like he said yesterday, we're gonna get to the quarterback. This is a passing lead. He's gonna get to the quarterback.
Okay.
He has a high motor.
I'll get to my picks. There's going to be two of them. It's not him. It's 15 and 16. The Colts getting Malik Hooker, who dropped. I think was the best safety after Jamal Adams. He should have went a couple picks higher. And then right after that, the Ravens get Marlon Humphrey. Comes into a defensive backfield with Ladarius Webb, with Eric Weddle. They just get Tony Jefferson from Arizona. This is a great defense last year. Nice little good sneaky move. Big cornerback. I like those two moves.
And as round 2 gets underway tonight, Dalvin Cook, Joe Mixon, still some bigger names left on the board. So, guys, give us one player that we should be looking out for tonight.
Josh Dobbs. High IQ, high work ethic. He has a little bit of consistency issues and a little bit of accuracy issues, but under the right team, under the right system, I think he can develop into a top-tier quarterback in this league.
I'm going to go with safety from UConn, Obi Melifonwu, who's a combine warrior, Cam Chancellor body type, double the athleticism, 6'4", 220, 44-inch vertical, 4'4", 40-yard dash. The man is a beast. He was born in London, England. Has nothing to do with anything, but it's cool, and I like that. And I think he's going to be a great pick. I really do. I think someone's going to trade up in the second round to get him, and we'll look out for that.
How many times did you have to practice saying that name before you came on the show?
14.
All right, cool. Well, with Alan Suriel and Brent Schwartz, I'm Jennifer Lee. Thanks for joining us.